If you thought that the conversation about progesterone needs to happen just around the pregnancy time or trying to get pregnant, you are wrong. Progesterone is not just for pregnancy. It is a crucial hormone for our female bodies. So many women are suffering, having migraines, midsection weight gain, insomnia, and the list goes on, and not understanding how simple a solution can be. Because we've learned about the Pythagorean theorem in school, which has been so useful in life, of course, but we were never taught the basics about our bodies and our hormones that every woman needs to know. Whether you're trying to get pregnant or not, whether you are perimenopausal, menopausal is irrelevant when it comes to what we're going to talk about today. You can have things like midsection weight gain, moodiness, depression, you can feel anxious at times, you can develop insomnia and not realize that all of that is due to a hormonal imbalance. If you have breast tenderness, if you have migraines, if your cycles are irregular, if you spot between periods, if you are a woman, you need to listen up because your body is the only vehicle you have. And you want to know about your body so that you will know what it's trying to tell you when it's sending signals. Okay, so what does progesterone do? It helps regulate thyroid function. It helps regulate central nervous system. It helps with breast health. It helps with heart health. It helps with brain function. Once again, nervousness, anxiety, sleep patterns. It helps to have good bone mineral density. It helps reduce the risk of uterine cancer. It makes periods more regular, and the list goes on and on. And again, why didn't we learn about this in school? Shouldn't the priority be learning about my own body and how it feels and what signals it's sending me rather than teaching us this useless information that we'll never use in life? Okay, I'm going to stay on track because otherwise this is going to turn into a rant. Anyway, so the three basic hormones are progesterone, estrogen, and testosterone. They all need to work to be balanced. Now, estrogen and progesterone balance each other out. And we have over 50 hormones in our bodies, but today we're going to focus on progesterone alone. What disrupts it, how to boost it, and to understand more about it. Now again, testosterone is important in our body and it can be disrupted as well. But because estrogen and progesterone balance each other, there's many estrogen boosters that are in our environment that help up the estrogen and then lower the progesterone. And that's when the issues happen. So when is progesterone produced in our body? Well, progesterone is dominant in the 2 weeks after the ovulation, if we're looking at a 28-day cycle. So once the ovulation happens in the next 2 weeks before the woman gets her period, that's when progesterone starts being produced more and more. A fun side note, by the way, the year is supposed to have 13 months and 28 days. And that's how women's cycle work on the 28-day cycle. Full moon comes every 28 days. And we're so screwed up nowadays that most people don't even know it is supposed to be a 28-day cycle. But let's get back on track here. Also, it's worth mentioning that if you're taking birth control pills, you are taking synthetic hormones. These pills are made to trick your body to think that it's pregnant. And we live in a world where many OBGYNs put 12-year-olds or 13-year-old girls on these birth control pills because their periods are irregular, without asking about their lifestyle, about their environment, about their nutrition, about their stress level, about their sleep. And we somehow think that it's okay to trick the body for the next 20 years to think that it's pregnant. Please stop agreeing to take a pill before questioning everything. Let the doctor get mad because they need to answer your questions. Get the information, get educated, learn about your body, look at all your options, and then you get to decide with your healthcare practitioner what's the right course of action for you. Anyway, as you see, I'm a little bit passionate about this. Okay, so what happens if estrogen is high and or progesterone is low? Now, different things can happen if just the estrogen is high, but I'm going to give you a list that happens because of the low progesterone. But remember, they have to be in balance. Things like migraines or headaches, spotting between periods, irregular cycle. Now, longer menstrual cycles are sometimes more due to high estrogen. Again, balance is key. mood changes, depression, low libido, fluid retention. Progesterone is a natural diuretic, by the way. Endometriosis, fibroids, thyroid disease or improper function of thyroid. Low progesterone induced insomnia. As you see, the list can go on and on and on. So how did this happen? Why do we now need to increase progesterone? Like, isn't the body supposed to balance this? Yes, back in the day, the body balanced everything. And it's worth noting that the body always strives to be in balance, always strives to heal. However, nowadays we have so many estrogen boosters around us that breast cancer rate have been increasing steadily each year since 2004, according to American Cancer Society. You can look up the term estrogen boosters. They're also called endocrine disruptors if you want to do further research. Now, why are these estrogen boosters so dangerous? Well, these endocrine disruptors, also known as EDC, endocrine disrupting chemicals, can have a bunch of health effects because they're messing up our hormones. These chemicals can be found in toys, cosmetics, medicine, plastics. The whole environment is full with them. Now, what they do is they can mimic, block, or interfere with our natural hormones, which are responsible for development, behavior, fertility, homeostasis. Here's a quote from the website endocrine.org that clearly explains what the issue is. And I quote, "We found clear evidence showing how EDCs disrupt our hormones and harm our health. They are linked to male and female reproductive disorders, obesity, diabetes, neurological problems, immune and thyroid disorders, osteoporosis, Parkinson's disease, and hormone-related cancers." Again, you can find these boosters in everything from your laundry detergent, dryer sheets, makeup, nail polish, soap, shampoo, conditioner, perfumes, you name it, it's probably there. This is why I joke, which is funny but not so funny, that we have become hunters again. Nowadays, you have to hunt for food and items that are actually not poisonous for you. Now, before you panic and throw everything out of your home, let's breathe. Okay. It's true, most things around us are poison. If you ask FDA, they'll tell you, well, it's in small amounts. The problem is it's in small amounts in everything, which doesn't make it a small amount in our body. So even though it's around us everywhere, it doesn't mean you can slowly start to take more action to protect yourself and your family from this. You can find a whole list of things to avoid, but basic things are BPA, parabens, fragrances, which are in almost everything, phthalates, and so on. And again, the list can go on and on, but I want to get into how to eliminate or reduce these chemicals without losing your mind. This is how to do it. As you're finishing up your current bottle of shampoo, make sure you already know which is the next one you're going to get. As you're finishing up your current laundry detergent, get a safe one. And you get the point. As you finish up your toothpaste, get a healthy one. Literally start looking at things one by one. And I'll tell you right away, if you just focus on like fragrance and BPA, you're fine. Because just looking for things that don't have fragrance, first of all, is going to teach you so much about things they're putting in our products. And you're also going to feel like you're on a mission impossible to search for better quality. But here's what I find. Companies that really pay attention not to use fragrance generally don't have the other poisonous chemicals in there either. And ironically, stores nowadays have a healthy section, which is ridiculous on its own because it's like, well, what's the rest of the store then? But this is where you can look things up. This is where you can spend a little bit extra time to learn about these things and ingredients and what is used in our products and our whole environment. And don't worry, things don't always have to be more expensive as we always think. I'll give you an example. When I switched my toothpaste, I saw a toothpaste that was $8. And I thought to myself, I don't even know if I can give $8 for a toothpaste. And it was painful to do that. But you know what? When I used it, I realized that I needed so little of it that the tube actually lasts me at least 3, if not 4 times longer than the regular toothpaste. Which, by the way, the regular toothpaste is what, $3 to $5 now anyway. Also look when you can buy things in bulk if you are a member of Sam's Club or Costco. Again, once you know what product is safe, You can split with your neighbor. You can split with your friend. You don't always have to buy bulk either. Go to more farmers and fresh markets. That's where you're going to usually find people who are making things on their own. And there's more and more online stores that are made by people using regular ingredients. And it's generally really good to know who you're getting things from rather than paying some big company that's poisoning you anyway. So now we get to my favorite part, which is how do we boost progesterone naturally? One, get out in the sun. Sun will help your body produce vitamin D, which fun fact, is not even a vitamin, it's actually a hormone. If you're taking a supplement, I'll leave the link in the description to the one I recommend. You can do about 1,000 units daily in wintertime if you're not out in the sun. And again, if you're going out in the sun, avoid the sun between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. And the supplement that I will recommend, it's D3 and comes with K2 because you cannot do one without the other. 2, start taking more vitamin B6. You can take a B complex supplement, B6 supplement, or nutritional yeast, which is my personally favorite. Nutritional yeast, you can find it in healthy food sections and healthier food stores. That is really rich in B vitamins. Also has a bit of a cheesy taste to it, so it's a great substitution if you're trying to lower your dairy. The foods that are high in B6 are beef liver, tuna, salmon, chickpeas, chicken, dark leafy greens, bananas, papayas, oranges, cantaloupe. Next, up your magnesium. Keep in mind that roughly half population in the US is magnesium deficient, and it is #1 deficiency in the world. And there are different types of magnesium. And each of them is slightly different. The best in this case is magnesium glycinate. And again, I'll put the link in the description to the one that I use. Another easy way to get magnesium would be to take Epsom salt baths. Now, that's not the magnesium glycate, that's the magnesium sulfate, but you're still getting magnesium and it's absorbed through your skin rather than taken orally. So again, do your own research, see what you have time for, what's doable for you, and pick the best for you. Do a liver detox. You can do that strictly through nutrition. There's also a supplement that has been around for a really long time that's called Himalaya Live 52. And again, I'll leave the link in the description. Next, regulate your blood sugar. You cannot escape from nutrition, sleep, exercise, regular meals, no starvation, proper hydration, a diet full of fiber and nutrients. That's how you're going to regulate your blood sugar. Next, reduce inflammation. Pretty much every disease comes from some form of inflammation. So if you are sickly, if your immune system is not strong, it's time to reduce inflammation. You can make, for example, golden milk, which by the way, I'll be making that video soon. Maybe by the time you're watching, it's already out. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and get notified. Next, reduce stress. Now, we've been saying this about everything, right? But here's why it's important to reduce stress when it comes to progesterone. Our bodies produce stress hormones, which is cortisol, for example, at the expense of progesterone. In other words, it won't produce the progesterone that it planned to produce, so to speak, that's supposed to produce, because the stress level is high and instead it keeps producing cortisol, which leads to belly fat. By the way, if you're not getting quality sleep, you're automatically in a state of stress regardless of whether your daily life is stressful or not. And I do have a video of 9 tips for better sleep, so make sure to watch that. Next, exercise, but do not over-exercise. This is one of the main problems I see with women 35, 40 years of age. They're either not exercising at all and obviously getting hormonal imbalance as a result, or they're exercising too much, trying to become thin and look how they did in their 20s. Please know, health first. There is a balance for everything. And this is where you have to listen to your body. If you're starting out at 2 times a week, but 5 days you're not working out, that's not a really good balance. If you go 3 to 4 times a week, take days off when you need to, listen to your body will give you enough information to know exactly what you need to do. And in my video, Why Most Women Don't Reach Results, I talk about this, so make sure to check that out as well. If you like fasting, you have to do a gentle fast. No strict fast, no strict dieting. You should never be starving when you're trying to balance your hormones. Next, you can add chasteberry supplements. Now, caution, the long-term effects are a little polarizing as to what happens. So be cautious with it. Add it slowly. Talk to your trusted healthcare provider that knows about it. Ideally, a functional medicine practitioner, to be honest. Next, eat more healthy fats such as wild-caught salmon, avocado, olive oil, nuts, and seeds, because healthy fats help you produce hormones that your body needs. And you're probably thinking, well, how to eat fat if I'm trying to lose fat? That's because the healthy fats help you produce hormones that then get balanced in the body, and as a result, the body releases body fat that it's been holding on to. Next, get more vitamin C. Citrus fruits, kiwi fruits, strawberries, guava, rosehip tea is really high in vitamin C. Cacao plums are the highest in vitamin C if they're available where you are at. Just eat more vitamin C foods. Next, eat a highly nutritious and highly fibrous diet that you enjoy. This is the key. I can give you suggestions, and I will in this video, on what to eat more of, but remember, no one food will solve it all. It's the whole well-being, your mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, all of it goes together. Next, up your flax seeds. Flax seeds have something called lignans, which lock onto your body's estrogen receptor sites and trick your body into either increasing or decreasing its production of estrogen based on what the levels are in your body. Brazilian nuts will help with selenium and balancing the hormones. Maca powder. Now, you don't want to take maca every day. It's best every other day or every 3 days. Remember, rarely should we take anything every single day. Again, it goes to balance. Also, maca makes you more fertile. So just saying, in case you're not wanting to get pregnant, be cautious because don't be coming back to me later. So anyway, next, nettle or nettle tea. One of the probably healthiest foods that I ever came across. I don't see it much in the US, but you can find nettle powder or nettle tea. And again, I'll leave all the links in the description as to the one that I recommend. Another powerful tea that's been known for centuries to be used for women's health is red raspberry leaf tea. And if you have like a tea shop somewhere where you live, go in there and ask them. They are highly educated on the potent power of teas. Next, let's talk about your sleep. If you want to lower your body fat percentage, especially around your waist, you need to improve the quality of your sleep. I have a video of 9 tips for better sleep. Again, make sure to watch that because the sleep, the deep REM, restorative sleep will help balance everything in your body and heal. Next should be super obvious. It's no smoking and reduced alcohol to the minimum. Now, if you're doing any of these two, please ask yourself why. Now, I ain't your mom, right? I ain't going to tell you what to do, but why? If you consciously do something that you know is self-destructive and has no benefit of doing it, I'm just going to say it's time to do some inner work. And I'm not talking about that one glass of red wine you have on dinner on occasion with friends. I'm talking about smoking or drinking alcohol more than 3 times a week. Like, again, why? Why don't you love yourself enough to give your body what it needs, to give you a quality of life that you want? Next, you want to cut down on caffeine. And let's be real, you really don't need more than 1 cup a day. And if you're needing more, that's not because you need more caffeine. That's because you need more water, ideally with Celtic salt, and or you need to work around your sleep quality. Caffeine in large amounts is a poison, and there have been deaths reported from doing too much caffeine. Besides that, the more caffeine you drink, the worse it gets on your central nervous system and the less effect it has. Next thing you can do is you can take a DIM supplement. DIM is a supplement that takes all the good stuff out of the crucifixus vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, green leafy, Brussels sprouts, and so on, and packs it in this little tablet that you can take regularly. You can go to a lab, you can get these hormones tested, And each healthcare provider you're talking to should be asking you about your nutrition, your lifestyle, your stress level, your sleep, and not just put you on a synthetic hormone. Which again, I'm not saying you should never, ever go on it. There are a few people that may really need to go on it, but let's change things in our lifestyle first, because that is something that's here to stay, and that is always the best for our body. I want to hear from you in the comment section. Let me know what is the one thing you're going to take from this video and apply today. And here's the next video that I thought you'd like.